Hey, this is Don Kryptonium, and every time I go to sleep, something interesting happen. My days are usually very boring, nothing happen, but I go to sleep. The exploits, hacks, dumping the tokens. So if you like this video, it helps me if you hit the like button. It helps me if you do delegate to Don Kryptonium for the greatest crypto news, because Don Kryptonium only one crypto YouTuber that make that much content in the bear market. And also comment on this video to help me. So what happened the last night? Also at the end, the Juno update, okay? The last night, something related to Evmos, I would say. When I slept, the Evmos pumped to like over $4. I think maybe it even hit $6 somewhere. So what happened? I woke up, I checked the Twitter, and there's like, hey, people tweeting this Evmos at 4 something. Then I go to CoinGecko, and I see, no, Evmos is still at 150 because it already dumped. So the cause for that was a hack of the Nomad bridge. So does it relate to Evmos? Does it endanger Evmos? Not, and I will give you reason why Cosmos IBC is way better than bridging assets between the blockchains, because that probably will be repeating itself in the future, and only Cosmos maybe has the solution. If not, let me know if it's not only Cosmos. So the bridge, imagine you have the tokens on Ethereum, right? And you want these assets on Ethereum blockchain trade on Solana. But these two blockchains are two separate ecosystems that exist here. So the people build the bridges. It could be as the smart contract on Ethereum, for example. And this bridge allows you to lock your Ethereum tokens. So let's give example of some token. Give me some Chainlink. I don't know. Let's do Chainlink. So that allows you to lock up this Ethereum asset in the smart contract, and with that you mint a new asset on, let's say, Solana chain. But imagine what happens if this smart contract get hacked and drained. You cannot redeem back your asset anymore. So the value is not equal, and you cannot get back the value that you had before. So this is why the bridges are dangerous, because they might get exploited. So I'm non-technical, but I will try to look what happened, right? So this is Raz, and he said this attack against Nomad was something I never seen before. People started replicating the attack after a few minutes, while the initial attacker drained out the pool systematically. At some point, random dudes with Ethereum names, ENS names, were getting $1 million USDC per transaction. So that $1 million USDC probably was this main attacker that may be trying to get hidden among these many different people trying to do something, right? So for sure it was drained by just one main attacker. And a paradigm engineer broke down what happened. So let's have a look into this. I have actually few posts, but I don't understand much from these contracts over here. So again, the Nomad bridge, what I told you at the beginning, was exploited at $165 million. Details are unknown. But there is some details. Is it this one? Maybe details are known. You can see how the value was just quickly drained. So 2 hours ago, right now, it was 12 hours ago, Nomad had total value locked at $165 million in the assets. Right now, back then, stayed only 18, it's all gone right now. So what I'm trying to find what was happening. So during this exploit, you were able to withdraw assets after deposit that were not belonging to you. So in simple terms, instead of going to the details, of course, go to Paradigm Engineer and find what was happening. Looking at the transaction that I've interacted with the contract, we can see that all of these exploits have one thing in common. They call the process function in the Nomad ERC20 bridge contract. So now the process function is as follows. It checks that the domain of the message is correct. Transaction signed for Evmos meant for Evmos. It checks that the message has been proven by the prover. It calls the handler to do what the message wants, bridge tokens. I don't know what it exactly means. So unfortunately, if you try to replay the same contract, call the execution will be reverted. Why? You shouldn't be able to withdraw something twice. According to this thread, the breach seems to allow user to pass in an arbitrary amount when they withdraw that does not necessarily correlate with the amount they deposited in the Nomad on the chain. So the amount they could withdraw doesn't correlate with what was locked on the chain. So this was quite unusual because it actually allowed everyone to drain it. And this is in this thread by Sam Sun. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Another thread if you want to look. So that's why this hack was so chaotic. You didn't need to know about Solidity or anything. All you had to do was find a transaction that worked, and you could drain the assets with this transaction, and replace the other person address with your address, and then get the funds back. Let me see what Ras was saying here. Was this more, or was it Paradigm? So few assets was drained, and what happened? Why the Evmos pumped? Because people start transferring this. They breached USDC, I guess, into Evmos, which caused this price pump. And of course, we have few networks that were drained. So, for example, this token called Covalent lost like 13% of its supply. I mean, the in the attack was lost. Moonbeam was another dumping token that was exploited over here, and you can easily see it on the graph. And here is also, like, you see, once the people were realizing how it works, this is exactly like it would seem, right? You see that you can benefit in millions of dollars if you find the right transaction and replace with your address, so you can be part of and suddenly everyone start jumping and draining the liquidity. But as I said, there was one main attacker that probably tried to get lost into this other people trying it. Interesting, Jacob. So let's see what Jacob has to say in this. Maybe there will be people who try to refund because people jump and try to benefit from the exploit, then they realize it's actually illegal. So unless you have your private way of washing the funds, I don't recommend anyone to doing any of that ever. Like, I personally wouldn't do it. I probably would be caught. I'm not clever enough to wash my funds. But this is not the first time, and the bridges are constantly being drained. So why Cosmos solves it with its IBC? You see, Osmosis, Juno, Cosmos, Stargaze allow to trade native assets on different chains without bridging them. And this is the solution to these bridges. So that's why in the future the chains might want to adapt IBC. And essentially every this bad hack is bullish for Cosmos. And it's really sad, but maybe at some point people will be like, hey, this is the solution to the problem, and we can benefit from this. Let me know if there is any solutions over here. And this made me, doubt, because I use bridged assets. For example, I use XLR USDC on Juno to provide liquidity, and all of these bridges claim to be very secure, but are they? Or because if there is even like really fraction of the percent that leaves possibility for it to be hacked, it's not safe. And this is tremendous risk that would never allow the major institutions or the common people join the space if the assets are at risk. So here is the easy explanation. So bridges typically work by locking up tokens in smart contract on one chain and then reissuing those tokens in the wrapped version on another chain. If the smart contract where tokens are initially deposit gets sabotaged, as it happened in Nomad case, the wrapped tokens are no longer have any backing, so they are worthless, right? So that's another. You can easily Google this. Also, we learned that from the other news, I made video on Chihuahua because there were people claiming that burning does anything. The uncirculated tokens burning does anything to the price, and it seems people realize it just doesn't do anything to the token itself. So dumping. Congratulations, you won the reward for retardo retardito. What else in the news? I guess this is everything. Oh, the Juno news. So let's go on the. I tweeted at Kraken because a few days ago Juno meant to be listed, and we got the response from Kraken support. The Juno network has come to halt, resulting in blocks and transactions not processing. Therefore, we have decided to postpone its listing for the time being. So the hold that happened actually postponed the Kraken listing, and I actually hope it will be tradable soon. I hope they were not deciding to stop it for good. Let's see what will happen. Of course, if you want to support the greatest crypto Don Cryptonium, delegate on Cosmos. No one fucking delegating. You're telling me you support, but you don't. What's wrong with you? Also on Juno Network, Don Cryptonium. On Nomic, Don Cryptonium. With that, Don Cryptonium's out. Till the next time.